Audible lets you enjoy all your audio entertainment in one app. You'll always find the best of what you love or something new to discover.
As an Audible member, you can choose one title a month to keep from their entire catalog, including the latest bestsellers and new releases.
I am currently listening to Drunkish by Stephanie Wilder Taylor. I really like Stephanie, and this is a book about leaving alcohol. It's called a Memoir of Loving and Leaving Alcohol, and I really dig her take on it. She's a funny person, and I love having her voice actually in my ear, reading it to me. New members can try Audible free for 30 days. Visit audible.com/Crappies or text Crappies to 500-500.
If you live in Boise, Chicago, D.C., Denver, Houston, Las Vegas, Madison, Philly, Pittsburgh, Portland, or Salt Lake, it can be hard to find out what's happening in your city, like really happening. But a new local podcast called CityCast makes it easy. CityCast is a daily local podcast that keeps you in the know about what's happening. Episodes are short, completely local, and all about your city. You'll always be in the know about what's happening in town, like which restaurants you just have to try, the events you need to attend, and you'll even hear about hot local stories and controversies. Listen to CityCast on any podcast streaming platform by searching City Space Cast and your city name. Hear what your city is talking about with CityCast.
From Wondery and Audible comes Class of '88, a new podcast hosted by Will Smith. Before 1988, a lot of people didn't take hip-hop seriously. But hip-hop today touches everything from film to fashion to sports. So what changed? Follow Class of '88 wherever you get your podcasts.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. This is part 2 of a 2-part recap. If you're wondering where part 1 was, well, go check in the feed and be sure to subscribe. So that way you always get your episodes. But enough of that. Let's get right back into the episode.
Okay, so now we get into really sticky territory because we're talking about suicide, which is not great, obviously, and especially to her because she lost her brother to it a few years ago, which we saw her go through on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. So, like as far as someone saying they've had thoughts of suicide, I'm not going to make fun of that. That's crazy. And, even terrible people go through that, and so I don't really want to make fun of that, but this time, and there's no but
there's no but.
I'm not going to make fun of it.
There's nothing to make fun of there.
Right, there's nothing to make fun of.
It's very, very serious, regardless of who the person is. And it was actually, it added some real gravitas to the scene, mainly because of Lisa, because of what Lisa's gone through. And she tells us that like Sandoval had assured, she called up Sandoval. He assured her after the reunion, she called him up and she said, like, if you ever have thoughts like this, like you have to like reach out to me. And he said, don't worry, I'm not that person. Don't worry. So to hear that he did have thoughts after all, she is very, very scared about it, having gone through it already.
And she talks about how she made him promise to call her if she had thoughts about it, and he didn't. And that's what's so upsetting because her brother had talked about it before he actually did it too. And so she's terrified. Like, you don't want to lose somebody that way. And all that said, that's sad. And I hope he gets help with that because that would not be good. Nobody wants that. Even if you're a villain temporarily, like this stuff is temporary, and especially on Vanderpump Rules, okay? Like this one seems a lot worse than every other one, and it is because it was a 10-year relationship, blah, blah, blah. But you already see how the tides change with people's reactions on social media and stuff like that, where all of a sudden Ariana's kind of this huge villain where she really hasn't even done anything yet. I'm like, I could see if they were going to turn on her and after she did something, but I don't really think she's done anything. But anyway, you see the tides turn pretty quickly. So I hope that people at least can see that and see that no matter how bad it is, tides do turn, and you're not always the worst person in the world. There's always one good thing about humanity is there's always someone to come up right behind you and be even worse than you were and kind of take the attention off of you. Now, that all said, it doesn't just absolve you of everything that happened, and it doesn't mean that everybody close to you isn't going to still be pissed off that you put them through stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. And I think that what's frustrating is it's like there's a path forward for him to start improving these relationships and mend or just move forward in life. But he seems resistant to take it because he still is concerned about what these people are doing. He's more concerned about their reactions to him than his actions in the first place. That's at least how it's coming off. And it's coming off that way because of the way he's speaking and what he's saying and how he's reacting to things. So if he truly wants to move forward in life, he has to make some changes. So Lisa's like, I'm trying to help you move forward. Like, so she goes, can you at least find your way back to Scheana? Can we start with Scheana? How about that? Level 1, Scheana, can you do it? World 1-1. Just go get Scheana. And he's like, I don't know, Lisa.
I saw Scheana talking to a phone booth the other day. I'm pretty sure she's approached. She was talking to someone in a phone booth? No. She was talking to a phone booth. She was standing outside of it, talking it and patting it on the head.
There are phone booths in LA? Yes, there's one phone booth left, and she found it and talked to it.
I don't know where a phone booth came from. That's what popped into my head. Okay, I'm sorry. Also, another point, not to belabor it, but that's how we do. Scheana brings this point up later, which is he's acting like this right now, like saying, oh my God, I'm going through this and this is my emotional toll and this is what the toll it's all taking. Meanwhile, he's like going on stage every night and having all these songs where he's dissing everybody and, making jokes about Schwartz losing his house and making songs about how he loved fucking Raquel and this and that and how he's so in love. So come on, he's totally playing into it. And he's also wearing big neon the lightning bolt, which is the symbol of his affair and all this other stuff. So while he's talking about what a victim he is, he's also out there rubbing it in everybody's face, like literally every night, capitalizing on it. So, remember that when Tom is trying to snow you with all of this shit on the actual show. There
will be people who are going to doubt Tom's suicidal ideations. And that's unfortunate in the sense that, like, I feel like no one should be doubted when they say those sort of things. He is, however, I think he's making it easy for those people to feel that way, I think. And I don't think he realizes how his behaviors are just ruining his credibility time and time. His credibility is at 0 right now. And that's why when he says these things like, oh, if I say this, people say crocodiles here. It's like, yeah, because your credibility is so bad. And the way to build your credibility is not to turn everyone's valid issues with you, not to respond to everyone's valid issues with you by saying, but what about this? But what about this? But what about this? You just say, absolutely, 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 no, I'm sorry. And so he just doesn't seem to realize this, which is very frustrating to watch.
All right, so then Lala and Ariana are shopping, and they see some little spoons, and Lala's like, oh my God, I'm obsessed with anything small, like just small spoons. And Ariana's like, you have a small kink? She goes, yeah, I like micro everything besides penises. Am I going to see you next Tuesday? Are we all pretending that this cast goes to See You Next Tuesday all the time?
I know. No one
Come on, let's find something else for you guys to do. No one believes, no one's even, you guys aren't even trying to pretend you work in the restaurants anymore, which is good. Let's stop pretending you go to them, okay? Just do something else.
Am I supposed to believe these people who are like getting a contact high off of going to a twee shop, buying tiny little spoons, is then saying, oh my God, this spoon's so cool. Oh my God, I need to go to See You Next Tuesday. No, they're not. The people who go to those shops are not the same people who are going to see You Next Tuesday at SUR.
Yeah, so then they start talking about James's sobriety, and Ariana's like, God, he's a lot better sober, huh? And Lala's like, yeah, well, I'm glad you said that. Well, Ariana says, I don't want to tell him that because it feels awkward being like, oh my God, you're so much better sober. And she's like, yeah, well, I'm glad that you're not because I don't think anyone who drinks should say that someone shouldn't drink. Well, that's not true either. I mean, there's a difference between having a drink and then your friend who's like falling down and barfing literally every time you go out, you know?
Also, and like, not to sound callous, but also watch what happens. Not everyone who drinks the way you did, Lala. So like you, unfortunately for you, you had to become sober because it was not something that you could maintain productively. And there are lots of us who drink and still our opinions on things can still be valid. Not even to say that if you have an issue that you are invalid, but I think like if someone is a real mess, if I'm drinking, if I have like 2 drinks and I go out and I have 2 drinks and I see someone who's like a real mess, I think I'm allowed to say, I think that person should not be drinking. I think that is a safe thing to say.
No, she's like, but even me, who's sober, I can't go up to him and say like, like, we'd love to have you go to a meeting with me because they have to come to us. If they want what I have, they have to come to us. We can't go to them.
So, Lala's talking about, she's like, being sober is fantastic for everyone. And like, you look younger, you thin out, and like, you don't engage with people you normally wouldn't engage with. And like, the amount of people I give my phone number to when I was fucked up is like insanity. I'm like, yeah, but you also gave your number to LaDon last season and you were sober then. So maybe you just have bad judgment.
Listen, as someone who's sober-ish, that is kind of the worst part of. I'm not sober curious now, but I'm sober-ish. Like I'm not sober. I still drink, but just rarely. And one of the hardest things about it has been realizing what an idiot I am naturally, because there was so much that I blamed on drinking or drugs that is just not drinking or drugs. It's just me. And I wonder if a lot of the drinking and drugging was to hide that fact from myself. I don't really know what it was, but there's a lot of like, wow, nice to meet you, me, you fucking idiot.
There is a song called Blame It on the Alcohol, and it's one less thing things you just can't blame it. You can't, if the alcohol's not there, you can't blame it on the alcohol.
You run out of things to blame. Okay, so we go to the restaurant. Katie arrives in flannel because it's like, that's her thing this season. Okay, guys, she's emo. They went to emo night. That's like Katie's season. And she's doing it.
And
I actually like it on her. I like the emo thing on her. I think it's actually working for Katie.
I think it's more her vibe. I think it's her vibe. So Katie gets there, and Scheana's already there, and she's just sort of standing by the ballet stand taking selfies. And she's like, "Oh, hi, selfie queen." She's like, "Yeah, it was like the lighting was like really good, so I of course took some photos."
Katie, Katie is just like seething under that flannel. She's like, I hate you. Why am I forced to be here?
I know.
Fucking hate you.
Well, we used to be like so close, and I feel like we both genuinely like want to make it work this time. So like spending time one-on-one is like the most important thing on that list. Wait, hold on. There's one thing that's more important right this second. Looking good, love your everywhere life. So good in this foyer.
Hi, do you have a good mocktail you can recommend? I think I'd like to try one of each of the prime mocktails. Thank you very much.
So they talk about how Katie is like going on a date with this guy because he like seemed nice and cute. He's like the guitarist of the 27s, and like he didn't know anything about tequila, so we talked about tequila. And we see clips of Tequila Katie, otherwise known as like the best years of our lives.
Yes,
that's the song would call it.
Those warm times when before Katie realized she had to like only be Tequila Katie off camera and express it through text to Tom Schwartz. So she's like, yeah, I really got to shine in that moment. Also, this show is really pushing the 27s. I think I'm done with the 27s. I don't think I even want to hear their music. I don't know.
So is this entire cast. Like, you've all, like, let's be honest. We need to let the 27s go, okay? Because none of us have that anymore. Let's just let it go. But yeah, I think the 27s are a thirsty bunch of people.
So Scheana's like, so I was like, I need to like find out if like the guys are like available, like, cause I'm like, whatever. Wait, I don't know what she was talking about. Katie's like, isn't it more fun to be a wing woman than with me than to Tom Schwartz? Yeah. Speaking of, I just want to like apologize again for like inviting him to like emo night. Like that was like old Scheana, like worrying if someone was left out. But the great news is that like between like yesterday and today, like old Scheana is now like gone. And so like now we have new Scheana. And like, he just said he wanted to support Sandoval. And I was like, I regret this. But like, I don't have to be with you because like I don't want to have like you be uncomfortable because Schwartz is there. So that was like totally old Scheana yesterday.
Yeah, like I was like really, really upset that he didn't come to see my song. So I hate him now. He doesn't get to be invited anywhere. It's like you were totally fine with him when you thought he was going to come see you sing your emo song. But now she's like, I hate him now. I hope he dies.
No, but I'm a new person from yesterday, so that was old Scheana. New Scheana started today.
Hold on. You know how you can tell? Look at the selfie I took in the entryway of the emo club. That was me yesterday. And now look at me. I'm a totally different person. This was from the valet stand.
Yeah. Yesterday, I was like Fifi Dobson, but like today, I'm like Avril Lavigne. I'm just like new Scheana.
I'm like really thinking deeply. Just call me Gwen today. I'm like Gwen. Like Scheana Gwen today.
Yeah. If you had to like ask me what my look is, I'd probably have to say it's GLAMOROUS.
Okay, so
Scheana just likes
she's
singers
like
that
getting rid
spell
of
out
Schwartz now.
things.
Yeah.
Scheana likes between bananas and glamorous. I really like find my vibe between Fergie and Gwen. Never mind. Continue on, please.
She's like BABYMAMA. I'm sorry, I got a little Fantasia in there. Gotta shout out to all my baby mama.
This shit is bananas.
Please
Someone
don't get me
stop
stuck on
Scheana.
that song. Like you
Stop
can't do
Scheana.
that to a gay person. The rest of the week, all the gays are going to be all the gays who listen to this today are going to walk around going bananas. Wait, do it again. How did I already forget it? I said
This
it's
shit
never going to
is
leave
bananas.
my head.
That's how Scheana does it. She just she just goes. She gets stuck.
Bananas, yeah. Shit, it's bananas. BANANAS.
Actually, I bet this is what Sheena's doing right now. Shop like a billionaire. It's my emo version of Temu.
Okay, so anyway, about Tom Schwartz, okay? I don't want you to be uncomfortable because he's there. And she's like, I mean, I appreciate that, but like, uncomfortable is like kind of my vibe. So don't worry about me, you know? It's more about you. That's what I'm worried about. Like, you being friends with Tom Schwartz. Like, he's gross. She's like, yeah. Well, it's been like 4 months of like a lot of self-realization. And then I was like, oh my God. One time I was like, oh my God. I'm just realizing something. I'm myself. Like, I'm Scheana. Like, that girl in the selfie, that's me. So it's been like really good.
And that all happened yesterday. So that marked the end of old Scheana. And now new Scheana started just today. Yeah. Today's new Scheana. Yeah, it started. Yeah.
Oh my God. Goodbye, old Scheana. The Scheana who is just saying that right now. This is the Scheana with an appetizer. I just got an appetizer right now. I'm a totally different Scheana right now. I'm a Scheana who's had grilled shrimp. So
Hold on a second. My phone just I got a notification that an update is available to go to from Mac iOS to new Scheana. Guess what? My laptop's new Scheana now also.
it's like, yeah, I'm boundaries now. So you're going to be like airdropping with someone you don't even know tomorrow. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Guess what? New Scheana can multitask. Like literally there's a multitask functionality that they built in. It's really great.
So Katie's like, yeah, like to carve time out for garbage people just because you have history. Like, I mean, I'm sorry, but like if you don't add value to my life, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like adding value, like that's what I need. Like adding value. Yeah, if you don't add value, you don't get to be in my inner circle. I love that Katie doesn't even get to finish one sentence here. And I just know that Katie this whole time, her inner voice is like, I fucking hate this person. This person literally added nothing to my life today.
So now we go to some dogs, and Schwartz walks in to Vanderpump Dogs, and Lisa's like, oh yes, oh look at this, oh I love the dog thongs, darling, oh yes, this fabric's wonderful, yes, oh good, hi Schwartzy poo, welcome to Vanderpump Dogs.
Yeah. Wow, look at me, just, doing something that'll make everyone like me, which is hanging out with the dog. So, I've got dogs. Oh, sit down. Come on, let's talk about how everyone needs to forgive poor Sandoval. Yeah, well, I just wanted to have a quick therapy session because my brother's not doing good. He's got cirrhosis. She's like, oh dear, darling.
She's like, I was not expecting us to start on a cirrhosis foot right now. Thought we were going to talk about puppies and dog toys, but sure, cirrhosis. Again, she goes, did he drink that much? He's like, yeah, I guess so. So it's a really sad
Here's
story.
what I think this will help him. Send him a mug that says, I love dogs, but I'm not crazy about bitches. Am I right?
So it turns out one of Schwartz's triplet brothers got jumped outside a bar, and it sounds like it really traumatized him. So he wound up drinking his problems away, and then he got addicted, and now he's really in a bad place, it sounds like, which is really, really sad. So Lisa's like,
And I know this is terrible for you, so let me plug my new restaurant, Wolf, in Lake Tahoe. Now listen, if you're going to get cirrhosis, that's the place to do it. What a glamorous bar.
Oh, yes. I have a new fresh restaurant called Wolf. Some might call it a fresh wolf. Ah, I love that. So Lisa's like, what's going on with Schwartz and Sandy's? I just, sometimes I wonder, I just don't think the punishment fits the crime, and maybe I'd feel differently if Ariana wasn't living her best life, but she's kind of moved on.
Yeah, I don't know how that's going to go over for her, that opinion. The punishment is worse than the crime. What's the punishment? Doing sold-out shows all over the place and getting on a new reality show? What are you talking about? The punishment is worse than the crime. He's not talked to by a bunch of old waiters that he used to work with? I don't know. They're going to need to do something else, because if this is going to be the whole season, I'm already exhausted. Like, I cannot talk for 97 hours about how we all need to forgive fucking Tom Sandoval. I can't. Yeah. I need something else. Do something else. I hope it's going to happen at Wolf. I believe in you, Wolf.
You know what's the worst is when you are shopping online and you're so excited for everything in your cart, and then you look and everything's going to arrive in like 5 weeks, and you're like, why am I even doing this? And you just give up. I hate that. Don't you, Ronnie?
Oh my God, I hate that. And also when it's so expensive. I mean, listen, shipping can make or break a sale. And as your business grows, ShipStation can help optimize how you ship your orders so you can stay competitive while you scale up.
ShipStation is really great for all of this stuff. They've got a free trial and quick setup. It's really easy to try things out before you commit or get started right away.
Their dashboard is so user-friendly. You can easily automate shipping tasks. You can manage orders in one simple dashboard.
One thing also that's really cool is that ShipStation has enterprise solutions that reduce warehouse costs and improve profitability. And as your business grows, you can really just save thousands on shipping costs because of that.
ShipStation has industry-leading discounted rates from USPS, UPS, DHL, and Global Post, with discounts up to 89% off USPS and UPS rates. Optimize and keep up your momentum for growth with ShipStation. Use promo code Crappies today at ShipStation.com to sign up for your free 60-day trial.
That's ShipStation.com, promo code Crappies.
From Wondery, this is Black History for Real. I'm Francesca Ramsey.
And I'm Conscious Lee.
What do most people think about when they hear the words Black History?
Rosa Parks, Reconstruction, MLK, February, Black History Month.
Exactly. There are so many stories of Black history that we just are not really talking about or thinking about, especially outside of February. And we are about to flip the script on all of that. Because on this show, you're going to hear a little less,
in August 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue,
and a little bit more.
She is a heroine to some. As a fighter for black rights, she is a villain to others.
Follow Black History for Real on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Listen everywhere on February 5th, or you can listen early and ad-free on Wondery Plus starting January 29th. Join Wondery Plus on the Wondery app or on Apple Podcasts.
Time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappies commercial. So she wants to have a group trip for the cast because this is a show where they do have to film together. So she wants them to all come to Lake Tahoe to publicize her new restaurant, basically. But he's like, how's that going to work? Because Ariana won't speak to Tom and she won't speak to me. Like, how's this going to go? She's like, make it happen.
You're on a TV show, goddammit, and we have better ratings than ever before, so you all better show up at Wolf, the sexiest lupine restaurant in all of Lake Tahoe. So anyway, now we go over to See You Next Tuesday. So people are showing up. James and Ella are walking in to See You Next Tuesday, and then Lala and the other Logan, and then James walks in. He's like, "See you next Tuesday, everyone!" good. And all the tourists are like, yay, and holding up foam fingers and signs that they used at the Today Show. And then Scheana and Brock show up. She's like, good old sir. The lighting's not as good as the sushi restaurant, but I guess it'll do.
So when Schwartz comes in, Brock's like, whoa, look what the cat dragged in there. I like how you ironed your shirt, mate. It looks great. And she's like, he's like, oh my God, I did iron it. This was a seatbelt. This is a seatbelt mark.
So are you just like popping in, or were you invited? And he's like, I'm just like popping in, just, trying to be with the group again. Welcome, let me back in. And Brock is like, yeah, it's his new MO, popping in. Oh. So Schwartz is like, oh yeah, Lala knows how to jab that needle, but it strangely makes me feel more welcome. I'll take the hate over indifference. Which, by the way, don't ever forget that that's what this cast really thrives off of. So the more we hate on Tom Sandoval, the happier he is.
So Schwartz is like, yeah, I just haven't been coming for the 4 past See You Next Tuesdays. And I'm like, I'm going to come to this one. Oh, Lala, I got you something because I've been super curious. And these are like neurotropics and there's no alcohol or anything. It's just matcha tea and stuff like that. She's like, what is super curious? Stupid.
I'm dabbling in sobriety. And she goes, I've heard it all at this point. California sober curiosity. And I don't recognize either of those things, but you do you, boo. So Allie is like, hey, Schwartz, that's what I'm doing. I'm sober curious. I mean, I'm not that sober. I love to get wasted, but I'm curious about that journey. You know what I'm saying?
So then Ariana and Katie come and hugs and kisses, and Schwartz is like, guys, would you want to sit down? Katie, you need a seat? Oh, okay, I guess you guys have seats, huh? Okay, well, you're sitting. So they're sitting, everybody. I offered them a seat if they wanted one. You sure you don't want this seat? This would have been a better seat. I'm
a nice guy with a shirt that got wrinkled by a seatbelt. Oh.
They're really hurting my feelings right now, and all I wanted to do was give them a seat.
Scheana's like, mocktails, mocktails, mocktails.
This is somebody whose sobriety is going to last 5 minutes. I can tell you that, because no sober person gives a shit about a mocktail. I'll tell you that. No one is excited to go get a mocktail. I've never met one that has been sober for longer than a month. That's been like, oh my God, mocktails, mocktails, mocktails.
And then James is on the turntable going, hey, 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 hey.
Yeah, James still up there killing it. Wow.
He's just that's just him. He's actually not just DJing. He's just trying to get Allie's attention. He's just used to planes overhead, so he's just yelling. So,
did you close the garage door? Hey.
So Schwartz goes up to James. He's like, hey, James, I finally made it. I feel bad for flaking so many times. And, I had a really good conversation with Lisa today about a new spot in Tahoe. Do you know anything about it? Yeah, Wolf. I'm going to be playing that. They say I'm going to be opening up for someone who works at Enterprise Rent-A-Car. You going to go there? And he's like, yeah. So we were riffing, and I kind of half invited myself, and half jokingly, and she was like, yes, darling, come, invite everyone. So I'm going to invite everyone. So you want to come? Come on, come.
And he goes, so you mean you're inviting Sandoval is what you're telling me? And he goes, yeah, everyone in our group, because I haven't even talked to Tom about it, but, I'm sure. And he's like, well, it would be nice if you didn't come, but hey, I don't want to spend my days feeling this anger. So in order to truly let it go, I just can't let this stuff annoy me. Do what you want. Plus, it'll give me someone to yell at.
Yeah. Oh, beautifully stated. So then Sandoval and Kyle Chan show up also, and they sit at their little two-top off to the side, and he's like, wow, I really feel like I'm walking into the lion's den here, but I'm taking what Lisa said to heart, and I'm ready to be apologetic and humble with all these people who are coming at me, bro. So here we are, sir. Should be interesting.
And Kyle's like, the ring does mean a thing. Kyle Chan Designs.
Sandoval just walked in. He just walked in to Kyle. Yeah, he's right there with Kyle Chan. Guys, he's with Kyle Chan, y'all.
I'm like, oh my God, they're here. I can't believe that Tom Sandoval would walk in here. Kyle Chan's like, can I order something? Do you guys have onion rings? Like, okay, bro, Jesus. Let's keep it low profile here.
could we make a request to DJ? Do you think we could play some jewelry?
Okay, so Ariana's like, oh, I don't know why he'd show up to SUR. Like, I will not have him in my circle. It's not going to happen. Peace out. You fucking suck, dude.
Katie's like, so after his whole thing with James, he's like, oh yeah, I should go to James's night at SUR. Okay.
So Kyle and Sandoval are making small talk over there, and it's really sad. And he's like, it's like my first time having a dinner. And the waiter's like, can I bring you something? He's like, dude, this is my life. This is my life, bro.
Stop coming at me, man.
Coming at me.
I feel like someone's gonna accidentally spill a drink on me, but like on purpose, you know? God.
So Kyle's like, well, you know, Scheana has been asking about you, and, you know, your best friend died, and she you know, cared about it. He goes, yeah, whatever, but, like, she had a podcast coming out, you know, and it made me feel really insincere. It made me feel like she was being insincere, because, like, she's talking about me every day, and then she's calling to see if I'm okay. Like, at that point, I had enough, bro.
So then Jesse, longtime, you know, supporting cast member Jesse comes over and he's like, hi, wow, a night of surprises. Look, you're here. I'm so excited that I get to wait on you. This is great. I've only tried to avoid you for 9 months and now here you are. So yeah, no, I'm wondering how you've been doing. I've been really, really worried about you. Not really, but yeah, you fucked up. By the way, you fucked up.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you remember how I told you I couldn't really be your friend and had to unfollow you? Yeah, still not going to be your friend and follow you. Really good. Really good to have this talk, kind of breaking up with you again in person. This was fun. We should do this again. All right, so we're going to hang out? No. No.
Listen, I don't want you to have to deal with any extra stress because of me. And Jesse's like, thank you. That means a lot to me, even though I didn't need that from you. It actually means very little to me. Yeah, here, come on, let's have a hug. Let's have a hug. Jesse's like, okay, well, we're hugging and everyone can see me hugging you like we're friends again, but I don't approve of this hug whatsoever.
Yeah.
So then he has to hug Kyle Chan, and I feel like the only reason why he hugged Kyle Chan was to make it look like he was hugging everyone. He wasn't hugging Tom Sandoval.
He's like, oh, hey, table number 13, hugs. Come in for hugs.
Oh, you chose the enchilada?
These days. Yeah,
the enchilada's great. You know what? Let's have a hug. I guess I am hugging everyone.
Hugs. Get over here. Goat cheese hugs. Sure, I'll give you an order of goat cheese hugs. Come here.
Look, you just got another indiscriminate hug from me because I am hugging everyone regardless of who they are at this restaurant. Just want to establish that.
Maxwell, what are you pouring water before you give a hug to me? Get over here. Hugs first, water second. Get Max over there.
Look at this structural pillar that we have right in the middle of the restaurant to hold up the ceiling. I think it deserves. I'll just hug that. I'll hug it. I don't care if it's not a human.
But you do have to be that way because, of course, the cast is like, oh my God, Jesse's over there. Hugging Tom.
Wait. He hugged Kyle too. I guess he's just hugging everyone. It's okay.
Hey, wait a minute. Is Tom hugging a basket of bread? Okay. Well, it's okay. We'll forgive Jesse. Nailed it, Jesse. Nailed it on that one.
Yeah. So Sandoval, he is like drops his head into his arms. He's like, oh. It's like wiping an invisible tear. He goes, I just feel like really bad, man. Like people have to go through that shit. You didn't do anything. Like Schwartz didn't do anything, and you guys have to suffer because of what I did. Oh.
I can't wait to sing a song about this while I'm wearing lightning bolts and refusing to leave the house that I'm trying to get Ariana to leave for $5 a week. Okay. So then we cut to Schwartz going back to the group, and he's like, hey, hi, everybody. Well, can I squeeze in with you guys? Wait, can I have a chair? Because what if Katie needs one, even though she's sitting right now? Katie, you're sitting right now. You want this chair? You want this chair? Move, man. Move. I want to give you your chair. I'm a good person. Okay, guys, anyway, so I wanted to talk. And James is like, yeah, Schwartz has something to say to the whole group. You're going to love this one. I've got glasses now, so I'm just going to be mature over here.
If anyone wants to get a drink to throw in his face like we did on beach day, get it right now. So Schwartz is like, so guys, hey, I'm a nice guy. I'm a really nice guy, and I'm not going to turn evil in 1 second. Hey, I was talking to Lisa at BPR Dogs, and like she mentioned that she was going to go to Tahoe next week, and like I invited myself jokingly. I really want to emphasize that it was like a joke, and then she said yes. So I'm like, okay, so I guess she's like, invite everyone. So really, like when I'm inviting you on a group trip, it's not me, it's actually Lisa. I'm a vessel for her. So what do you say, guys?
You have to, because it's for work, stupids.
I'm cute. I'm a cute little boy.
Katie's like,
I just
inviting us?
I'm inviting everyone. They're like, oh, so Sandoval. And Ariana's like, I don't want to be anywhere near either you or my ex. Yeah, well, I figured since you guys are already in the same house, it shouldn't be that awkward, right?
Wait, I got lost somewhere. Hold on.
Well, Ariana says, well, when we're in the same house, there's a mediator named Anne, and that goes between us and cleans his dishes, and we do not run into each other or interact.
And he's like, well, I mean, I know it's a complicated situation, you know, and maybe you guys could book your own spot and then come hang out with a guy who totally fucked you over and ruined your adult life and dreams. I don't know. You know, you don't have to see me. You don't have to see Tom. You would just see, I don't know, all these other people who also don't want to see me or Tom. You see, you have so much in common with so many other people who might not go either.
Yeah, well, after everything that's happened and how he's treated you, what makes you feel like the need to stand by his side?
And he's like, well, we have a beautiful friendship. That's it, you know? She's like, well, you know, your friendship is beautiful because you're a part of it. But that's it, you know? Like, isn't this the guy who called you, like, a stupid, blown up, go blow up your face some more, you stupid real housewife, or whatever he said to you last year? She's like, you're the real good person here, so you should get rid of him.
No, but I'm like a really nice guy. Look, we've been working through it. It's a work in progress. And Ariana's like, listen, I gave up on you a long time ago and my life is better for it. So then Schwartz goes from being, oh, I'm a sweet little boy to, oh, okay. I love that for you. Same to you. Fuck yourself. You know?
And so, like, well, anything anyone else has to say to you about any of this shit, it's always going to fall on deaf ears because you're a lost cause. And he's like, well, you don't speak on behalf of the group. Like, you're not the queen of the group. Your ego's getting a little, like, up there now. Come on.
She's, oh, it's my ego now. It's my ego. Schwartz is very clearly confusing strength and boundaries with ego. No, well, because she's speaking on behalf of the whole group. And Katie's like, she can, because that's how we feel. And Ariana's like, I'm not making any decisions for anyone else but myself. If I don't want to be around my ex, I literally don't have to fucking be around him.
Yeah, and she's like, I mean, if this is going to be a situation where you bridge some sort of gap, you could forget about it, okay? Because he's not coming back in the fold, and this isn't my ego telling other people what to do.
And then he switches to going from fuck you.
Why did I say that? Like,
typical, little boy
you know?
is back. Little boy. Like, I love, he turns, because, like, we all know Schwartz is like an asshole. We always say Schwartz is the biggest asshole, but he's just really good at putting on his little facade.
Boy.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
So mean to me.
I didn't mean to snap at you. I'm just a good little boy. Oh, the little boy's back. I'm back with us, everyone. Oh, I'm sorry I said that. I just missed the whole group dynamic. Oh, I'm cute.
Yeah, something's got to give. I mean, I can understand why nobody would want to talk to Sandoval again, but then somebody has to get fired. Who's it going to be? You guys decide, because I'm bored already. This is like episode 3. So make a decision.
So Ariana's like, well, don't forget, the only one who destroyed the group dynamic was Sandoval. Yeah, but I'm like trying to have conversations and you're all teaming up on me. And Katie's like, well, release yourself from this torture you've been under. And I don't really have anything else. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do.
It's funny. The group's like, dump him, dump him, dump him. So then James takes to the dance floor and does a little JK remix. And then Sandoval is telling Kyle,
yeah, this place has always been tumultuous, bro. Even back in the day, dude. Hey, Scheana, I almost didn't recognize you.
Really? Because she's like the Scheana-iest she's literally ever been. She's wearing these big Britney Spears sunglasses at night. And she just like stands there staring at him. She's like, I'm sorry. Like, I wish you had a little umbrella on your head and I would take a selfie in front of you. But otherwise, I don't know what you want from me.
Oh, the reason why you probably didn't recognize me is because new Scheana started like a day ago. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. I see. It's a new version.
This is like appetizer Scheana, so.
Can I like talk to you for a second? I mean, like not right here. I'm going to go to the bathroom and like maybe I can meet you in like the back, but I'm like not going to do it like here. Like I will not be caught dead because we all saw what happened with Jesse just a few seconds ago. All right. Well, I'll meet you in the back alley.
Literally, they have Jesse tied up right now by a tree, and they're just throwing pancakes at his face. So.
Ariana's like my best friend, and like I have her back, and like I have nothing to say to Sandoval that I haven't already said to his face. So like why he wants to have a conversation with me in public at SUR of all places is like beyond me. I'm like, it's because you guys are doing a TV show and the producers told him to come tonight and told him he has to talk to you. So that's why.
Academy is a new scripted podcast that follows Ava Richards, played by HBO's Industries' Myha'la Herald, a brilliant scholarship student who has to quickly adapt to her newfound eat or be eaten world. Ava's ambitions take hold and her small-town values break in hopes of becoming the first scholarship student to make the list. Bishop Gray's all-coveted academic top 10, curated by the headmaster himself. But after realizing she has no chance at the list on her own, she reluctantly accepts an invitation to a secret underground society that pulls the strings on campus life and academic success. If she bends to their will, she'll have everything she's ever dreamed of. But at what cost? Academy takes you into the world of a cutthroat private school where power, money, and sex collide in a game of life and death. Follow Academy on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. You can binge all episodes of Academy early and ad-free right now by joining Wondery Plus.
Commercials. Here comes one right now.
So they go out to do the back alley talk. And she's like,
Thanks for the drink, but I'm actually 3 weeks sober today. But thank you. Okay. I don't know if you heard me in there, but mocktails.
I thought you didn't want anyone to know you were out here.
Sorry, I can't help it. Mocktails are so good.
Yeah, well, I had a weird feeling that you weren't drinking tonight because, again, I heard that mocktails thing. Yeah, it's been like 3 weeks today. So they just stare at each other and he's like, so, you look like you kind of like rode in on like a Shania Twain motorcycle, you know, like that video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that the look you were going for? Yeah, I was going for like a Y2K look. Thank you.
My favorite was when Shania sang that song.
Man, I feel like new Scheana tonight.
Here we go, girls. Mocktails.
and he knows how to worm his way into Sheena's heart, right? He's just compliments everything about her look and like gets her to open up about it. That's really all you have to do with Scheana. He's like,
is that what you were going for, bro? Like Shania Twain look?
She goes, yeah, actually like Y2K.
He goes, speaking of, this is a Y2K sweater.
She's like, oh my God, nice. Like we're both on a Y2K thing.
He goes, it was Ali's.
okay, you're going to wear your dead friend's sweater so you can say it was my dead friend's. Tom, that's really
odd.
That's low, dude. I think that's low. Don't you?
So I didn't expect to get. Yes, I agree. I didn't expect. I didn't want to leave you hanging there, Ronnie.
I know.
I
know it's like an awkward thing to accuse somebody of, but that is kind of gross. Like I'm gonna go to a place where I need to get sympathy from everyone, so I'm gonna wear my dead friend's sweater and then tell everybody it's my dead friend's. Like gross.
Listen.
No.
It was weird when Louis did it, and it's weird when Sandoval did it.
He's like, these are No-No's pajamas, so I hope you can
I wanted to make you feel safe. So Scheana's like, I didn't expect to get blocked when I reached out when someone so near and dear to you passed away. And he's like, yeah, I understand that. I appreciate it. I just was like not in a good place that day. And I haven't been like a lot of days. And like, I felt like that maybe like you were doing it to say like you just like you're checking in on me just to say you could check in on me.
And she's like, well, I would think that after 14 years of friendship, you would know me better than that. Like you would know that I was literally on TikTok filming myself wishing you the best, and that means I meant it. So
it's like everything I do is like looked at in the most negative way possible. Like I can't even like cheat on Ariana without people thinking that's such a negative thing.
Yeah, but like don't you think like if you would have been honest and remorseful from the beginning that it could have been a different outcome, Tom?
Of course. I handled it like shit. I mean, I can't do anything about the past.
Yeah, just be apologetic and remorseful, Tom, okay? You don't need to, like, keep doubling down and acting like a villain, Tom.
I love Sandoval coming for James for sleeping with Kristen, like, 9 years ago, and then he says to Scheana, I can't do anything about the past.
Yeah, that's a good part. He's like, how dare you come at me about something that happened a month ago? This is disgusting.
I know. So, mental note when Andy calls reunion questions. Ben from Los Angeles asks, why is it okay for Sandoval to come for James for something he did 9 years ago, but then when he's confronted with his behavior, he says, I can't do anything from the past. Mental note to self to tweet that to Andy.
Yeah. It's very Lisa from Real Housewives of Miami, who's like crying about her marriage and her divorce, just sobbing about it all day. But the minute someone talks about their childhood, she's like, I'm not a therapist.
It's literally the same thing. I can't fix your past. I can't fix your trauma.
Okay, so then he's like, I did apologize to you, and it was very heartedly. Okay, I was heartedly. And then we see a flashback of him like,
Oh, I'm sorry to Ariana, but obviously to you, the things I said that night, I feel so bad about it.
It's not just me, Tom. And he goes, well, I would love to talk to Ariana because out of everybody, she's been 100 times less proactively vindictive. She has been passively vindictive, but not proactively vindictive, which is weird to me because she's the one I did it to, and she has every right to come after me and do all that stuff, but Ariana doesn't get off on that shit. She doesn't want to see me get dragged to the point of she's like,
nobody wants to see you get dragged, Tom.
He's like, but it's been fucking relentless, dude. Like, I get you do podcasts for money, but like at a certain point, it's too much. It's too far.
okay, well, this is the whole... Just apologize, Tom. Like, let's not make it about how you're the victim. Like, he cannot do it. He just can't do it.
She goes, I agree. And there was a certain point where we stopped. And we kind of stopped when like old Scheana happened. And now we're like a new Scheana, so like new content. So I think you like really need to humble yourself. And the next show you play, maybe leave like Schwartz and Raquel's names out of the songs.
Yeah, and I'm glad she brought that up because he's ridiculous.
And she's like, I mean, like the shirt off, like the singing about Schwartz losing his house, and Raquel is hot. Like, I mean, come on. Like, Raquel is hot for me. Like, someone needs to tell him to put the mic down.
Everything you're doing is the definition of a narcissist. It's not. You should look it up. Well, a narcissist is never going to admit that they're a narcissist. I know. That's why Lala won't say she is. I'm like, what? You just tried to like give a stray to Lala right now?
To both of them, he's like, okay, so you're not a narcissist. Scheana's a narcissist. Oh, and Lala too. Everyone is, so it's okay. You know, that's what we'll go back to eventually. That's always his defense.
Well, she's not, and that's offensive. And like, I need to go. By the way, now that I'm annoyed, I'm gonna have to pull out my favorite thing to say. I need to get home to my daughter. But my advice to you is just to humble yourself and have some humility, okay? Because like, no one is wishing for any harm to come to you or to her.
And so he says, well, you should know that after that Nima interview, like,
I really had to talk Raquel down, bro. I had to talk her down through postcards.
And Scheana's like,
but she did say it, Tom. So that's what we were talking about.
So she tells us this was never meant to be a podcast about hurting or attacking Tom. Nima and I just wanted to do a podcast and put the truth out there because
I'm not going to have people say that I'm making up a rumor.
Which is so Scheana too. This is so Scheana to like spread a rumor, and then when she gets some heat for the rumor, to be like,
this is where the rumor came from. So why are you mad at me for it?
Because you're on TV spreading the rumor.
And I couldn't even remember what the rumor was, and so the flashback was that Scheana. We see a flashback of her talking about it, how Scheana mentioned a rumor that Tom told Raquel at Coachella that he and Ariana were open. And so Scheana's like, whether or not Sandoval said that to Raquel, I don't know. But Raquel definitely said it to Nima.
Yeah. And so he's like,
I never said that. And why is it your business?
And she says, when my character is being questioned, it is my business. And he goes,
but it never would have been had you not brought it up to begin with.
It's just, it never would have happened if you hadn't fucked Raquel to begin with.
Which, is a good point.
You can always win with that
first?
One.
The chicken or the egg? That is this show, What came first? The herpes on the chicken?
What came first? Coachella or Rochella? So Sandoval's like, I would say so she's like mad and she's like, I'm done. So she walks away and Sandoval's like, I would say out of everyone, the loss of Scheana and I's friendship has been devastating to me. Sheena's a friend. She's all heart. She's funny. She understands Y2K fashions. I miss her.
Yeah, and then we get a sad song. How did we get here? The song plays. How did we get here.
I
How
drove.
did
You
we
know
get
why?
Now I can drive like everywhere in my like Y2K shirt. Wow. I actually, believe it or not, I actually really liked this episode. I was really into it. I know you were saying you were kind of bored, but I actually was really
it's not bored
in
with
it.
the episode. It's not like I'm not at that place yet where I'm like, fuck this show. It's this story. It's been too intense. I mean, Sandoval happened in the middle of last season as we were watching it, is what I mean. And it just hasn't stopped. I mean, it's been like, there's still fucking commercials about it. It's like, I can't enough. Like, it just can't, it doesn't have enough to take us through the whole season. Tom Sandoval cheating. Like, it has to be more. And it has to be more than people just saying like, I refuse to hang out with him. I refuse to hang out with her. None of you are interesting enough to carry a show alone. And I mean that to be fair across the board. I mean, every single one of you is equally as mediocre in that regard. You're going to have to shoot together. That's it. Who are you going to fight? You expecting Katie and Ariana to like start fighting about the name of the tuna fish sandwich at their restaurant that's never going to open?
Yes.
Come on. Need more.
I do expect that fight. I'm okay with it because I think we're still only 3 episodes into the season, and I'm not worn out. This is the coming back. This is, I think what's working for me is Tom's narcissistic perception of this whole thing, and the fact that he has such a self-serving view of this scandal and people's reactions to him that it makes me angry. And as long as I have someone who's making me angry, someone who's like playing a villain, I'm generally happy. Like I'm like pretty like, okay, there's someone for me to root against. There's someone for me to root for. I agree it's not sustainable that like the cast is going to have to start shooting together as a group. So maybe by the end of the season, if it's still like this, I may be singing a different tune. But for right now, I'm totally fine with it. And I'm into it. I really liked the scene with Lisa kind of she wasn't browbeating, that's the wrong word. She was scolding Sandoval to be like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You got to get, like, this is all your fault. I feel like there were some like really good scenes in this episode that I was like, I can't believe I'm actually sort of like emotionally caught up in this bullshit.
Yeah, I'm not, but I did like that scene too. And I think that it does show a difference between, Southern hospitality. I see comments of people being like, oh my God, why is Leva on the show? Same reason Lisa is. Why is she on that show? No, Leva, I think, adds nothing to Southern hospitality, where I think that Lisa does add something to this show. I mean, even though they don't work there or whatever, they've all known each other so long that it's totally believable to me that she's like, you idiot.
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Like I may not hang out with you every day, but I still knew you when you were in diapers, and you're just wrong. Because these people on this show, another difference is that these people on this show don't have parents around. On Southern hospitality, they generally either live around their parents or see them all the time, where they have parents to be like, you idiot. What are you doing? Where on this show, you don't really see that as much. So Lisa does seem to be that parental figure. He's like, you idiot.
But I wonder, like, if you went back to season 1 or 2 of this show, was Lisa as parental, or was she just like a boss? Because at this point, they've all grown up over 10 years around Lisa. And on top of that, they have now, like, there are issues they're still petty issues, but they have dealt with like bigger issues than what they dealt with in season 1 or 2. So I wonder if Lisa's role as a maternal figure has also grown with it. But either way, it was good to see. But
also, she's a real boss. Like, even if she's not their real boss at the restaurant, she's the real boss of this show. I mean, as far as they're concerned, you know what I mean? So
she is, and she's very
still
wealthy.
has that, where I don't know that Leva, I don't know why I need to
I'm
make
not
this like an anti-Leva thing.
I know. I'm like, I'm not a Leva hater.
The two.
Yeah,
I don't hate her. I just think she adds a lot less than Vanderpump.
Yeah, I think though that Lisa is just like very wealthy, and she represents like access and a different tier in Hollywood, versus Leva does not represent that. So I have no problems with Leva on Southern hospitality. I enjoy her, but I do think a distinct thing is that like Leva does not represent access to a different world of Charleston, whereas Lisa is like up in the hills in a mansion with fabulous people, and everyone else is down in Valley Village. And so they always have to make space and time for Lisa, because if they don't, like, she is in some way always represents the lifestyle they're all aspiring to, which is always a great dynamic. But what I liked is that I really liked Lisa really kind of like telling Tom Sandoval things that he needed to hear. It wasn't like a pouty lower lip, like, oh dear. It was like, she was like, no, you have to listen. This is your fault. You have to fix this. And I really, really appreciated that.
Well, you got it.
I got it.
That was your gift.
Well, I was wearing glasses, so that was really, in some ways, that was like a think
on a much more intellectual level than I did.
Yeah. That was actually the reason why I was talking about access and everything. I was wearing glasses, so it was really important for me to get into the anthropological element of this. Yeah.
Lisa Vanderpump to that cast is like glasses are to you. They give you access to a totally different caliber of person.
Yeah, exactly. I'm gonna have to take my glasses off and go back to being, making comments about like, oh, she's stupid. All right, everyone.
Take it away, babe.
A double all right. Let's see if we could do this together.
All right.
All right.
Everybody. All right. Thanks so much for being here, everybody. It's been great to see you. He's got glasses, and he's tired of this cast sitting on their emotional asses. It's Ronnie and Ben saying goodbye from What's
Say goodbye, everyone. Oh, and one little thing. We're on Jeff Lewis this week, so everyone be sure to tune in on Thursday because we'll be there. So catch you there, and we'll also catch you on the next episode of Crappies. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Watch What Crappies would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
Ashley Savoni, she don't take no baloney.
Strolling the park with Caitlin Clark.
She's not just a Sheila, she's a Daniela. Itchels. Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas. She's never scary, it's the Green Fairy. Jamie, she has no last namey.
Hava Nagila Weber. Know your worth with Jason Kurth.
She's the wind beneath our Jennifer Wing.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's always supplying, it's Kelly Ryan.
Kristen the Piston Anderson. Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino. Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
The Bay Area Betches.
And our super premium sponsors.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall.
She's not harsh, she's Jill Hirsch.
She's a little bit loony. Junie. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo. We love him madly, it's Kyle Pod Shadley.
Let's go on a bender with Lauren Fender. We want to hang with Liz Lang. The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
Give him hell, Miss Noel.
She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony. Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
She's quite the catch, it's Victoria Cotchett.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.
Hey, Prime members, you can listen to Watch Our Crappies ad-free on Amazon Music. Download the Amazon Music app today. Or you can listen ad-free with Wondery Plus in Apple Podcasts. Before you go, tell us about yourself by completing a short survey at Wondery.com/survey.